All right, Represent Radio. We've got a special guest joining us via Zoom right now. Now, this is an artist I don't think I've ever DJ'd without playing one of his tracks in my DJ sets. And he's got just under 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify alone. One of the biggest artists in dance right now. Stylo G, how you doing, man?
Yeah, no. Gully B.
It's good to see you, man. I was just thinking, it's been a year since you and I linked up face-to-face at the Shabba Party event in Brixton with Mr. Vegas.
Yeah, we link up on all our vibe and at the show, you know?
Definitely, man.
Like, when we shell it down. Oh. So no corona, have the social distancing thing going on, so we have to keep it like this.
Definitely, man. But the weird thing is, though, I feel as if despite the whole social distancing, despite the lockdown and COVID times, you haven't stopped at all. Like, there's just been music and like when people talk about dance right now, they talk about Stylo G. Like, your work ethic has been through the roof in lockdown.
Yeah, because once God don't say stop, we still going, and God bless me with that talent, so I'm gonna keep going and going. As long as the corona don't attack my microphone and attack my speakers, I'll be dropping them hits, and so the thing got.
Well, that's definitely how things have been, really. Because I was thinking the last time that we sat down for an interview was when you just dropped the 10 Years Later EP back in 2018, and I remember that interview really clear because you brought your son along as well, and we even interviewed him on the air because he was talking about his YouTube account.
Yeah, of course. That was just an EP, but after that, things change in life, and then we just find a new gear, a new style, and we just go and flick it.
Definitely.
So this is a new style. I evolve every, I would say about 5, 6 years. I just change up my whole thing, and this is just a new journey we're on now. So this is just enjoying the new journey, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the new venture, and I like to make sure I keep climbing the ladder. We never slip and we never go down. We keep going up. The music goes up, the melodies goes up, the beats goes up. So yeah, we're just going up, and now we're in 2020. Keep going. It's
been amazing to see it happen, man, because your career has just skyrocketed, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. I remember when you dropped Yazimi, and then you had like the remix with Chip, Ding Dong, like with a whole heap of artists jump on the remix. And I remember I was like, wow, like it was much more than just like a dancehall tune. That crossed over to so many other genres at the time. It was getting played in so many different clubs. Even places that wouldn't normally play dancehall were playing Yazimi, and then your career just started following that same trajectory from then. Like, at first it was like, oh, that's brilliant, and then Touchdown came out, which was just like absolutely incredible. You then had like Nicki Minaj and Vybz Kartel on the remix. Whoop Whoop dropped from there, and then of course the massive one that really picked up last year was Dumpling. So how did those kind of that ladder climbing sort of process happen? Did you always have things like that in mind of where it was going to come next, or was it just hit after hit just because the tunes were great?
The blessing just come from loving music, and it's the passion. And if you love something, you're gonna make sure you treat it well. You're gonna make sure you cherish that love, you cherish that. You know what I'm saying? So my music is everything. I started producing my records with my brother and Oceanic. We done Dumpling, we done Whoop Whoop, we done all these new bangers. It was, as you said, it was Yazimi first, then came Touchdown, Big Up Fanatics, that style there just merged. And I just follow the style because a lot of people like it. I call it ragga. I would say ragga music. It's like a merge of hip hop and dancehall with a bit of the UK bass. And you have to know it, you understand me? So I call it ragga music. So from the other day, I've just been dropping these new sounds, and I love it. And people love it. So I'm not even going to change it.
Definitely, man. I feel as you've definitely cut your own style, without any pun intended there, into the lane right now, because before you've always been a dancehall artist. We've always known you for the greatness, and even back in the Channel U days, I remember when you were doing grime, man, like on tracks like My Ute and things like that. But still, you were always the dancehall artist that kind of came from the UK side of things. And I find that now you've recreated a Stylo G sound. Like when you look at even like even if you were to take your vocals out and you hear the production, you know that's going to be a Stylo G beat. You can hear Stylo G on that rhythm. And I feel as if that's something you've kind of always carried over, and it's put you in quite a wicked place right now. So what's like the formula for you when you're writing these songs? Like, do you have a beat in mind, or do you have like a whole heap of lyrics already written? Like, what's your creative process behind kind of creating this sound?
I don't give away too much. I'm giving away too much of the secret. Yes. But my secret is my I would say my real secret is my experience, bro. I've lived in the UK for over 15 years. So this is all my experience where, you know, you have chicken and chips and you have rice and peas, you know, and mixing all them together, you get Stylo G. So Stylo G, this is all about culture. The British culture mixed with the Jamaican culture. And so you have to spend 10 years in London and forget this type of thing. It's not no joke. You can't just jump in it and feel like, I'm just gonna go on this Stylo G sound. It's not just the sound. It's all about the lyrics, the words that I use, our deliver the words. And it's just mixing the British with the Jamaican style. You understand me? It's not just a formula. Anyone can just jump. You know, you have to be in London, know what I'm talking about. You have to be in Jamaica, know what I'm talking about. So if you're gonna stay from over one next part of the world to try it, you're gonna have loads of trouble, bro. You're gonna be in trouble. So I would say it's just a formula. It's all about the lifestyle and the culture, and everything goes together in one pot. You story it. Yeah.
And then we have Stylo G. That's the sound.
So it's not that easy to just say, yo, what's the formula? Dish out. You know, some of the music, I even got my voice in the background.
Yeah.
I put some of the sounds, we make them from scratch, and it's all about the tempo, the groove. It's not just, you know, trying to make a beat to suit Stylo G. It's all about, it's everything that makes the hit. Because the beat alone makes the hit. You need the vocals. And then when you get the vocals, you need the melody, and then you have to get the person to mix the song. Then you have to get the person to master the song. Then you have to get the management, the pluggers, everyone, and then boom.
Tune drop. That's the way it should be, man. Because I know on a recent interview, you even said that on Dumpling, that vocal sample, the higher pitched vocal sample at the beginning, that's your voice, right? That's been put into the rhythm.
Yeah, that's my voice. We was just in the studio smoking. You know what I'm saying? The highest grade. And then, you know, Oceanic and Cody with us, you know, I'm like, yo, I want to make a beat that's big. Like, every time I'm making a beat, I'm trying to make a better beat than the one that we have from before.
Wow.
And then I just done my vocals, that just melody just came in my brain. And then that was it. I add it, we tweak it, and then that's it. Yeah, we'll add the kick and the snare. And then we have Dumpling. Bad man out and stunting. Kyle them tick like dumpling. So it's not about just going in the studio and just trying to just copy Stylo G. It's a different type of thing. I will get like 2 bottles. Now I record that. And then next minute it's in the beat and people don't know. So, you know, I used to look up to Timbaland, Neptunes, or the Busta Rhymes songs, Missy Elliott. That's where I grew up on. You know, I grew up on them type of music. So yeah.
And that thinking outside the box production mentality, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
So when we last caught up back in 2018, when you dropped the 10 Years Later EP, I remember at the time you were talking about how you'd linked up with Beanie Man, Junior Reid on that project. And you were saying at the time you were still kind of seen as like the UK guy. You know, everyone knew who your father was from the original days of dancehall with Poison Chang. And then, so they all knew who you were, but you were always kind of seen at first as the UK guy. But it's gone so much further than that, man. You're like an international artist now. Like, how has that transition been for you in the way that you're perceived by other people now?
That went well, bro. That just, you know, that was the aim, to not just be known in the UK. The aim is to know worldwide. And one of the hardest parts of the world to get is like the Western side, like the US, Jamaica, the Caribbean. So after locking off the Eastern side, my aim was to get the West. So I had to make sure I'm punching at the best of the best.
Yeah.
So all the tunes that I launch and I put out, and and I had to make sure they're strong. So the stronger your music, the more people will hear it, and the stronger your promotion. And we just put in a lot of work over the last few years, non-stop promoting on the Instagram, YouTube, like performing at shows, and then big up to Nicki Minaj and bringing me out on our tour and bringing me out on our shows. So that's crazy. Everything builds up. It's not just jumping with one song trying to take over. Nah, pile of work that actually bring me to this platform now.
Well, it's definitely worked well, man, because one thing I really like about how you've been dropping your singles is it's almost like there's a strategy behind the remix as well, because a lot of the songs that you've dropped have gone on to become huge successes that you've then got bigger artists like you had Chris Gale, for example, that jump on the Too Hot remix. So do you always have like a strategy in mind around each tune, like if I was to do a remix this song, here's who I'd pick? Do you have that already in mind, or is it just opportunities present themselves?
Nah, it's just like I'll just be listening to the song, and the song will tell me who should be on the remix. Like Too Hot, Chris Gale, I just big him up in the second verse, and I'm just like big smile on my face, Chris Gale. And I think, how about if I get Chris Gale singing on this? Like he's the biggest cricketer in the world, and I'm like, okay, makes sense. And when it comes to music, his passion for music is crazy. He's always in the parties, and so I'm like, yo, let me reach out to Mr. Gale, and it worked.
Yeah.
Put him on the remix, and just blew up. So that's good. It's all about the energy, bro. I'm not just doing a song and just saying, yo, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna put White Rum on the remix. Nah, it's all about the energy. The song will tell me who is gonna go on the remix, and sometimes the fans will help me as well. Like, yo, I can hear this person on the remix. This person, and the more they keep saying it, it's like they're saying it into the universe, and then it just happens. Next minute, me and the person talking like, yo, let's get this remix done. And it's not every song I would remix. It's just the ones that I feel like, yo, people need to hear more of this flow.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like that's one thing like we've noticed. Like it's kind of like hit after hit becomes the ones that get the remixes. And I know the big single right now that you dropped only last week was Oh Lord. So tell us about that. Like how's that song kind of come to fruition? Was that something has that been written for a while, or is that something that kind of turned around quickly?
Oh, that song, it's been put down since, it's been there. It's not a quick song I went to record. It's been there already. So that was just one of the big songs I know that I have to drop before the end of the year. And it's just a natural vibe. Got the rhythm from Chimney Records, Jamaica. Boom. First time I heard the rhythm, I just went to the studio. I was like, yo, I started the song in my house. I done most of it in my house, and then after that, I just finished it at the studio. Then that was the vibe. Everyone in the studio was like, yo, this is mad, going crazy. Then I'm like, this is the next song. Oh Lord. Yeah. That's it.
I love that as well, because Oh Lord, is that now becoming like the Stylo G motto in a sense? Because we obviously heard you say that on Dumpling. So has that transcended through to become its own single from almost like a one drop sort of sample in Dumpling?
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
That's the tune right there.
Yeah, I try it now. So yeah, it's just a style. The little kids love it. After Dumpling, everyone's just like, well, I'll pick that part. Everyone loved that part. I feel like I need to highlight that part more. Yeah, I grab. I'm like, I need to use it in a song. Then when I got the Jordan rhythm, I'm like, yeah, this is it. One style different, step out on them pepper hot, and then that was it. That's what I'm saying. So, Oh Lord, it's out right now. Crazy song. The beat, the melody, come on, it's a Stylo G, so you don't know when it comes to the flow. You get me? You don't have to worry.
It's interesting that you've used Jordan from Chimney Records on that one, because like I said before, like a lot of the time I know you've worked with Oceanic on a lot of things. The Fanatics have done a lot of production for you. So to use a producer like Jordan, and he's still managed to kind of have that Stylo G sound just on the rhythm. Was that just like out of pure coincidence that he sent you the rhythm and you're like, that's the one, or did you go to him already with the idea in mind?
Nah, they had it in mind. Jordan, I think they made that rhythm with definitely a lot of the British and the style influence. So when they sent it to my manager, obviously it was like, yeah, this is Stylo written all over it. So I just moved straight towards the beat. You know, when you hear a beat that's your style, you don't need to itch. And there are some crazy, amazing producers, Jordan and David. Listen to the quality of the tunes, it's just mad. So they going down my road with that quality. Oh Lord. Oh.
Oh Lord, indeed.
Big up Chimney Records.
Definitely, man. Like Chimney Records, they're the guys that really making some massive hits right now as well. So I wanted to kind of look at like how things been for you in 2020, because your collaboration scheme has been incredible, right? You've jumped on a lot of collaborations with other artists. How does your work ethic balance in so much? Are you just constantly doing dubs? Are you constantly just making tunes, remixes? Like, how has the studio been for you?
Oh, I carry my studio everywhere I go, bro. Even in my car. So you don't need to ask, how am I doing? This is how I survive. This is not even a 9 to 5. This is a 9 to 9, 10 to 10, 11 to 11. And we ain't gonna stop till we get to the Grammys and the big platforms. So this is Stylo G, bro. This is what I live for. So all the songs you see me jumping in and all that, big features with Popcorn. We was in Jamaica. We drove all the way from Spanish Town to Saint Thomas, all a vibe, the record. It's not easy work. And nothing is a walk in the park. You understand me? There's so many things we've been through in the last few years. Hard work and non-stop. You understand me? Big up Ocean and Cody Star, my DJs them, DJ Corey Squeeze. But yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm a management team. It's a lot of work. So we ain't gonna stop. We're just gonna keep going and going and going, bro.
Well, that's what us, the fans, love to hear, man, because honestly, like, you, as I said at the start here, you're an artist that I've never done a DJ set without playing at least one of your tracks in the set. It's like you make hit after hit and it's an exciting time. And I know that you're surrounded by a lot of music as well. So one thing I wanted to ask you was to run down your top 5 tunes to uplift the people in a lockdown right now, because that's what we need to be doing right now.
Top 5 tunes.
Yeah, man. What do you want to go for as your first one?
Jada Kingdom and Popcorn. Yeah, the girl, them love that song, yeah.
Yes.
The girl, you see that, know. If the girls, them don't play that, if you're not here, that means you're not power with a girl. So this is Jada Kingdom and Popcorn.
Yeah, Stylo, what do you want to go for as the second pick right now?
Oh, as second pick right now, another job, Coffee.
Coffee.
Because, you know, very talented young lady. Coffee. Yeah, we're not talking about tea, we're talking about coffee. Tea, coffee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so this is on lockdown. This can definitely uplift you and give you some vibes. So this is Coffee, Lockdown.
Stylo, that was a huge tune to uplift the people. So what do you want to draw for as your third track right now?
Right now, I'm going to uplift the girls them now. Again, they don't know, Lockdown. And this is called X5 by myself, Stylo G. So all the just position for the bass ride in the X5. Yeah.
Now, I actually just absolutely love that tune. That is a personal favorite for me. I got a shout out to my main man, Dylan Thomas, as well. I remember I used to work in an office job and he would be like working like suit and tie and he'd be singing that tune. Everywhere he was walking around the office, he was always singing X5. That was like his office song.
Oh, yeah? Office song.
Definitely, man. That was the one that I remember he'd be like on the phones or anything like that and he'd always be humming X5. That was like his theme tune at work.
Okay, I see. Big him up.
Definitely, man. All right, Stylo G, let's get into the fourth pick then, because this top 5 section is fire, trust me. What do you want to draw for in the fourth one?
All right, the fourth song right now, different type of flavor. You know, I go for Africa, Afrobeat song, really emotional. I love it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a musician, you would know good music. And this is Burna Boy, Bank on It.
So Stylo, how do you want to round up the top 5 right now to uplift the people? What are you drawing for as the fifth and final pick?
The fifth and final pick right now, I want to draw for this song because it's a classic. And it doesn't matter what, when, or where, who plays it, you will make people move. And this is Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See by Busta Rhymes, if you really want to party with me.
Stylo, man. That was a mad tune right there.
Yeah, that song is one of the songs. I think it's one of the like songs that I can sing every like words to the lyrics when I was young.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a classic. It's one of my favorite from Busta Rhymes. Boom.
Definitely, man. And you know, like Busta obviously he dips his toe into dancehall quite a lot, really. Like, could we potentially ever see a collaboration with you and Busta at any point?
You never know. Anything is possible.
Mad. That's something I know us and all the fans would definitely want to see one day. So, yo, Busta, if you're watching, we definitely want to see you link with Stylo G. Make it happen.
Whoops.
All right, and so Stylo, I want to say thank you so much for joining us on the show. But before we wind up the interview here, I want to know, what would your advice be for any new artists that are coming through, especially in a lockdown situation at the moment, but like in general, I know obviously you've been in the game for well over 15 years right now making music. So how has things been for you, and what would your advice be for new artists?
Be yourself and don't try to be no one else. Be a leader, never be a follower. Believe in yourself. It doesn't matter. It could take up to 10, 20 years. Believe in yourself and believe in whatever you're doing. Because the minute you stop believing, the minute you're going to start breaking. So that's my advice. Just keep going and believe in yourself.
Wicked. Thank you so much, Stylo G, for joining us on the Gully B show today. It's been an absolute honor to have you here. And, you know, we're always going to be watching what you're doing, and we cannot wait for more new music.
Come on, man. I'm going to drop it in. I'm going to make sure you get a dub plate as well, my brother.
Oh,
right?
Thank you so much, man. You know I love my dubs. That's mad appreciated.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. That is the big tune right now by Stylo G. Make sure you guys have added it to all your playlists. Make sure you've downloaded it. Do everything you can to get this tune number one. I'm going to play it right now. Stylo G, thank you so much for joining us on the line.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.